Didn't wake King Green up.
That's fucking illegal.
UFC 313 took place last night, and I thought it was a pretty sick card, I'll be honest with you. The worst fight of the card was the women's fight in the Dagestani main event, which we'll get to. But the women's fight was fucking terrible. But overall, I thought it was a pretty awesome card. I actually would say it had a lot of crazy moments. So let's get right into it. Obviously, two fights fell out. That was Curtis Blades against Kuniev, and then Rizvan Kuniev, and then it was Gutierrez versus I forgot who his opponent's name was. So we only had one early prelim of Ozzy Diaz, Jordan Santos. I went with the Jordan Santos. By the way, I went 6-4 on picks, I'm pretty sure, which is not bad. I would have actually went 7. I would have went like 9-2 or 8-2. I'm not good at math, but I would have. There was 2 robberies, and this was one of them. The Jordan Santos, Ozzy Diaz. The Jordan Santos should have got this fight. I mean, Ozzy Diaz won round 3, I believe, and then I didn't think he won round 2, and I thought Santos won round 1. So I don't know how they gave this fight to Ozzy Diaz. He has the worst hairline of any human man ever. I thought it was terrible. I didn't think it was I thought the decision was terrible. The fight itself was fine. It was actually pretty fun, to be fair. It was a pretty fun fight. Santos was pretty done on the feet in round 3, but he still held in there. He's like a zombie. He was just going forward, still throwing. And in my head, I was like, how shit is Ozzy Diaz that he has like a dead man walking in front of him and he couldn't do anything? But yeah, I should have got this pick right, but the judges were just... Yeah, the judges were hurt there, so unfortunately they took this pick from me. Then you got, obviously, so I got that wrong. I went with Santos, I got it wrong. I should have got it right. And then Francis Marshall. I'm one of the few guys that went Francis Marshall. I said Myron Santos is good, but his record looks like one of those records where it's like he just knocks out a bunch of cans on the regionals, and then he gets to the UFC, and it's like, all right, look, he's got 8 first-round knockouts, but it's like usually guys with records like that, you know what I mean? It's usually kind of like there's something fishy there. Not that he's been like cheating or anything, but it just, I don't know. He lost this fight, I thought, pretty clearly. It was a split decision. He lost this fight. This was actually the worst robbery on the card. I think this was only one of the only robberies, right? It was the opener, and then it was this one. This was worse than the first fight. This was a horrible robbery. I thought Francis Marshall won this clearly. Yes, he didn't do much with the takedowns, but he got the takedowns. Here's the thing, right? If it's an even round, and then one guy gets a takedown or two, then it goes to the guy that got the takedowns. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but because it was a close fight, don't get me wrong, but it was like, even commentary, bro, Anik was raging. He was like, that was a terrible decision. Rogan agreed. It was horrible, bro. Horrible. And Myron Santos is never going to be anything at featherweight. When I see guys get decisions like that, it just shows me like, bro, you couldn't even beat Francis Marshall. You're not going to be shit. So let him get a robbery decision. He's shit anyways. Francis Marshall should have got that, bro. He really should have got that. That was a robbery. He had cleaner boxing. He also, I'm pretty sure, dropped Santos in round 2, I want to say. Disgusting, honestly. So I got that pick wrong, but I really so far should be 2-0. But I got this pick right, though. Carlos Leal, who I swear I thought was Mexican until he started speaking Brazilian, versus Alex Morono. I told you guys Alex Morono was the welterweight Anthony Smith. He's shit. He has no testosterone in his body. He's balding. He's fat. Yeah. Carlos Leal won. Yeah, I'm not really surprised. It's not really one of those where I'm like, what? No, I'm not really surprised. Leal he's got power. He's got good forward pressure. He's got a good chin. He went forward. He just beat this guy's ass. Leal was probably on steroids though. Well, honestly, was it the Renat Fekretsanov fight where he had pimples all over his chest and back? He was definitely on roids for that one. This one, I don't know. He looked all right. But, yeah, he won this fight, though. He won this fight as I thought he would. I think I even did pick a first-round knockout. So, yeah, he pretty much dusted this guy. No Poirier. So, yeah, I got this pick right, which that was probably the easiest pick. This is another pick I got right that a lot of people pick against. A lot of people picked Armin Petrosyan, And obviously, I'm not too familiar with underdogs and favorites. I don't really know. I guess plus means that they're an underdog. I didn't pick based off of that, but Bruno Ferreira, I picked Bruno Ferreira by first round knockout. He kind of almost got it. I mean, he clipped Petrosyan a couple of times, which I thought he would. Petrosyan leaves his chin up, and he has a soy chin. Just look at his face. He has a pretty soy chin anyways. And yeah, Bruno Ferreira won with round 2. It was like a triangle. It was a pretty insane submission. I think he almost kind of broke Petrosyan's arm. He might have broke Petrosyan's arm, or at least hyperextended it. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I got this pick right. I took a lot of pride in this pick because I was like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Like, again, a lot of people did not pick Bruno Ferreira. I'm one of the few that picked Bruno Ferreira. So I was pretty happy with that. I think he's good. I think he does get gassed, and he did look a little bit gassed in this fight, but he still got the finish. And yeah, there's really not much to say there. I'm surprised that he got the submission. I mean, hopefully Bruno Ferreira goes on to do big things because I like him. He's got good intensity. He's got good power. He has submissions as well. He's an exciting fighter. I like Bruno Ferreira. I hope he honestly goes on to do good things. So yeah, I should be what 4-0 so far. I should be 4-0 so far, but again, at this point I was at 2-2. Josh Van versus Ray Tsuruya. Let's talk about this. Josh Van. It's funny. I always hated Josh Van for some reason. I don't know why. I think there was one fight where he was kind of like emoting, and I thought he was a dick. And I was like, oh, you're losing the fight, and you're emoting and shit. But no, Josh Van, I'm a fan of his, of course. Now, he's awesome, man. Ray Tsuruya is dog shit. Like, he's absolutely, completely, utterly dog shit. He has no striking, or he has no confidence in his striking, or he just has no striking. Ray Tsuruya went for about 50 takedowns this whole fight. Like, it was absolutely just, what was he doing? Well, I don't know. Like, can somebody please explain to me why Ray Tsuruya thought, going for fucking 50 takedowns was a good idea, and then not completing, like, any of them except for, like, 2 or 3. Just spit everywhere. Josh Van, I thought, did a really good job of stuffing the takedowns. I think Josh Van could have finished him. I mean, he almost finished him in the third, but obviously the fight ended. I think he could have finished him, man. If he picked the shots a little bit better, maybe went for a knee up the middle or set up a nice strong body shot, to try to slow down Tsuruya a little bit and then put the gas on him. He did land some good body shots, to be fair, but I do think he could have finished him. I really do. But it was still a great performance from Josh Van. Ray Tsuruya is not good. I'm really excited to see Joshua Van kind of move up in this division, man. I really hope he goes far because he's an exciting fighter. He's got, obviously, as you saw in this fight, good takedown defense, insanely good striking. He's pretty young as well. I believe he was born in the 2000s. I saw that stat. So I don't know. He's got to be like 20, 21, around that age. He's awesome. I really hope he goes on to do crazy things at flyweight, man, because, dude, imagine like Joshua Van versus like Brandon Morono. Ooh, right? Or Steve Ursay, Kai Kara France. Like, this guy, I'm really excited to see his career progress, man. So I got that pick right, and that was awesome. Let's get to this. Mauricio Ruffy versus King Green, Bobby Green, whatever this guy. It's so funny. He called himself King Green and then he lost ever since. Bobby Green is dog shit. No, he's not. Let me stop. Mauricio Ruffy. I went with Mauricio Ruffy. And I went with Mauricio Ruffy first round knockout. So I was pretty on the money there. I wasn't really on the money in terms of how he was going to knock him out. I thought he was just going to knock him out with like a 2 down the pipe or something on the chin. He did catch him with a big right hand, though, to be fair. But he didn't knock him out with it. I thought he was going to hurt him and then just kind of go for the finish and get the finish. Or something along the lines. Or maybe it was going to be a one-shot KO. But I didn't think he was going to hit a fucking wheel kick, fucking roundhouse. Like, I didn't think he was going to fucking... Come on, bro. No one predicted that. That was insane. He feinted a left hook. He feinted a hook, spun around. It was insane, man. My reaction Dude, I wish I would have recorded my reaction. It was actually pretty hilarious. I was literally screaming like I think that was the craziest I've ever reacted to a KO. You got to remember, I've not been watching MMA or UFC as long as some of you guys. I'm sure. Like, I mean, I've been watching since like before the pandemic, or probably like before the pandemic. But still, like some of you guys have probably seen like the craziest KOs and shit. But watching live, this is one of the craziest KOs I've ever seen. Just, oh my god, I can't. You guys got to go out of your way to watch it. I can't glaze it enough. It's just fade to the hook, sputter out, and then King Green goes down and he just stands over him, aura farming. The fighting nerds are always aura farm, bro. They're always aura farming. It's so funny to me. Like, insane knockout. I was screaming my ass off. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what your reaction was to this fight. But it was just, it was incredible. So, I mean, yeah, anyways, I got this pick right. Mauricio Ruffy smoked Bobby Green. I'll probably do a separate video on who I want to see these guys fight next, but I think he should get someone ranked, I think, at this point. He's had enough awesome performances to justify it, I would say. Especially knocking out Bobby Green in the first round. That's impressive, bro. I know Bobby Green's been a low-key wash lately, but still pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. So, yeah. So, I got that pick right. And, oh, my God. Maybe the worst. Honestly, I would borderline say, I don't know. Do you guys see why Bahamondes? Why is he like giant? Do you guys see this? Why is it not Ignacio Bahamondes? We'll get to him later. But Jasmine Lucindo, whatever her fucking guys. When I tell you guys this was the worst fight I've ever seen, I think this was the worst fight I've ever seen. Like, you go from, like, one of the greatest knockouts in UFC history, in my opinion, with Ruffy and King Green. A knockout that's going to be played 10, 15 years from now, right? Like the Barboza one or, the Lyoto Machida one. Then you have this fight right after. Yasmin Lucindo, Amanda Lemos. Like, the worst fight I've ever seen. Ever. You had these two. I don't even want to. Bro, you could have put Joshua Van, Ray Tsuruya on the main card. You could have put Bruno Fey, Armin Petrosyan. You could have put fucking Morono or Santos. Two young guys going at it. Instead, they decide to put Amanda Lemos and then some boy-looking chick. You could have put Joshua Van, a guy who was probably about to be ranked, on the main card. But instead, no, they decide. Anyways, let's move on to the next fight before I fucking become a misogynistic person. All right, I don't know why this picture is like this, but you guys get the point. Ignacio Bahamondes versus Jalen Turner, whatever the guy's name is. Jalen Turner retired. Let's go. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why my lighting is bad. Ignacio Bahamondes, Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner is he's not shit. Oh, by the way, I picked I picked Yasmin Lucindo, so I got that pick wrong. But who cares? It's women's MMA. Anyways. I picked Ignacio Bahamondes. I was right. I was actually pretty spot on. I said his grappling was going to be better. I said his striking was going to be better. I think he's a bit of a slicker striker, and you saw that before the takedown. But before it got to the ground, he was slicker on the feet. He just was a slicker, faster striker. Jalen Turner is good, but he has a size advantage over most of his opponents. That's honestly it's one of his best factors is that he's like almost 7 foot. He's a 7 foot tall fucking lightweight. And when you face another 7 foot tall lightweight, you don't have that size advantage. So Bahamondes was able to use his own forward pressure. And then when it got to the ground, it was just. I mean, I knew Bahamondes had grappling, but off of his back, off of his back, dude. That's he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem at lightweight, bro. I truly think this guy is. So Bahamondes won, and it brought the excitement right back to the card. So I got this pick right. I think this was easy. I mean, I know some people pick Jalen Turner, but I don't really rate Jalen Turner. I really don't. Yeah, he's knocked out some decent names, but I don't know, bro. He lost to Moicano. He lost to who else? Gamrot, Dan Hooker. I don't really rate Jalen Turner too highly, so yeah, I got this pick right. And Jalen Turner retired apparently, so I don't know why. He's like 29 years old. I guess he's just like maybe. Dude, what is going on? There's two Jalen Turners. All right. Co-main event time. And then we're going to get to the main event, which I did a whole separate video on, but it's okay. You guys can go watch that after. Co-main event time. Rafael Fiziev versus Justin the Gay-Light Gaethje. Justin Gaethje did exactly what I said he was. This is the most spot on I've ever been with the fight, I think. Ever. Like, if you guys don't believe me, go watch my video on this fight being razor close, but I picked Gaethje in the end. I was literally spot on. I said it was going to be a mirror match of the first fight. I said it was going to be pretty much the same. Gaethje's going to lose the first round to an explosive Fiziev, but then he's going to win the second and third round. And that's literally what happened. Fiziev came out strong and came out hard. He came out fast, to the point where I was like, shit, I should have picked Fiziev, right? But then I was thinking, no, but he might gas, which he didn't. He didn't gas in this fight, but Fiziev used grappling. I was surprised at that. I was like, dude, Fiziev is a fucking Dagestani now. Like, Fiziev can grapple now. I thought that was really impressive of Fiziev to be able to actually, shoot takedowns and to be able to actually use his grappling and have effectiveness with his grappling. Because you don't really see Fiziev grapple, that's not really something that we're used to seeing. We're not used to seeing Rafael Fiziev grapple at all. I don't remember him shooting a takedown ever. I've watched a lot of his fights. I mean, he has, I'm sure, but you know what I mean. And he had this really weird, like, I don't know what it was, where he had his like legs wrapped around Gaethje. He was kind of like sitting his butt on I'm like, what kind of weird sex position is it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to try this, but Fiziev, he did great in the first round with the grappling, and I almost thought he was going to get a submission. I'm not going to lie. Round 2 comes. Now, round 2 was clearly Gaethje's round. So, round 1 was clearly Fiziev. Round 2 was clearly Gaethje. Gaethje dropped Fiziev. I think Gaethje could have finished Fiziev. I do. I think Gaethje could have honestly finished Rafael Fiziev if he just let him stand up. Because he dropped him really bad, and then he held this, like, kind of, he laid on top of him, with this, like, guillotine kind of thing. And I'm like, dude, let him stand up. Stand him up and then knock him out. I think Gaethje could have finished him, bro. I really do. But what was the shot that he dropped him with, guys? Unless I'm wrong. It was an uppercut, right? Okay. I'm sure it was an uppercut. It was, yes, it was an uppercut. What did I say? The best tools for both of these guys, for Gaethje was the uppercut, which it was. He has the best uppercut in UFC history. And for Fiziev, it was the knees. And his knees were pretty good in this fight, I thought. But Gaethje dropped him in the second round with an uppercut. So he won that round pretty clearly. Now, round 3, this was a close round. And this was the round which is why some people gave it to Fiziev. I didn't give it to Fiziev. Not just because I picked Gaethje, but honestly, I just didn't give it to Fiziev. Fiziev starts off really fast, really strong, really hard. Pause. Literally goes out there like a bat out of hell. Just whack, whack, body kicks, whack, whack, right? Hard body kicks. But Gaethje just, he's held in there, right? His body is like, I guess, like, he's just an extremely durable fighter, which is why I don't pick against him. Like, people were like, his chin is done. Brother, Justin Gaethje's been wobbled. He's done the chicken dance like every fight. Like, his chin will never be done. This guy is like literally like, I know you guys have seen the pictures of Gaethje when he was a baby, bro. The guy's head was bigger than his body. This guy can never be finished, ever. Look at the size of this guy, bro. Look at his face. Look at his body. Like, this guy is, like, Rufus cannot be finished. So, yeah, Gaethje his chin held up, and in this third, and his body held up because these body kicks were hard in the third round. But Gaethje kind of swung it back in his favor. I mean, he was throwing the harder shots. He was throwing the more significant shots, and then especially towards the end of the round, when they kind of started pocket boxing a little bit, he was brawling with them and he was winning those exchanges. So I gave that round to Gaethje, and it was close, but I gave it to Gaethje. So 2-1 Gaethje, like I said, and Gaethje won. And I might do a separate video on this. I might not. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how mad it gets me. But Dana's already talking about giving Gaethje a title shot. Gaethje's asking for a title shot, I think. Well, he said he'll fight one more maybe. Bro, if they consider giving Justin Gaethje a title shot coming off of a Rafael Fiziev win, I'm going to fucking stop watching this sport. I'm done, bro. I'm sorry. Especially after the main event, which we'll get to. If they genuinely say, you know what, Justin Gaethje, we'll give you a title shot off of beating Rafael Fiziev, I'm going to cut my dick off, bro. I'm going to become a transgender. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore, bro. This sport wouldn't make any sense. You can't justify, bro. What did Arman Tsarukyan do? Like, honestly, what did he do? What did Charles, like, I don't understand. Charles Oliveira, coming off of the Michael Chandler win, he had a split with Arman. He's more justified of getting a title shot. Then you got, what the fuck is his name? Arman Tsarukyan, who's coming off of a Charles Oliveira win, coming off of a Dariush knockout, good momentum, undefeated streak. He needs the title shot. And then it's like, okay, maybe if you do Charles versus Arman, fine. But Gaethje should not get a title shot, bro. Not at all, bro. Because now it's just getting to the point where you're clearly just stat padding these guys' records. And when I say these guys, I mean Islam Makhachev. I mean, who do you think wins that? Makhachev or Gaethje? Who wins that fight? Come on, bro. Stop it. Fiziev took him down easily and held him there. Gaethje's obviously... And Gaethje had some good scrambles, some good rolls, but... Come on. Gaethje's gonna... Maybe it was just Gaethje didn't expect to get taken down, but still, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, fam. Gaethje's obviously gonna fucking get submitted like within 3 rounds against Islam Makhachev. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see because now it's just becoming WWE, or it's just becoming boxing where it's like even though Gaethje is still number 3 ranked, which is what Dana said, he's number 3 ranked because you have him number 3 ranked. Like he shouldn't be number. Anyways, let's move on before I crash out. I picked Gaethje and I won. And he won, and I got that pick right. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. This fucking son, man. Alex Pereira. I did a whole separate video, so I'm not gonna fully crash out here. What the fuck were either of these guys doing? I mean, this to me was a bad performance from both of them. I don't think this was a good performance from Pereira at all. And I don't think this was a good performance from Ankalaev. I think Ankalaev absolutely... I mean, you had some people pretending as if Ankalaev just looked insane. And, look the way he outstruck Pereira. No, he really didn't. I mean, he landed a couple of good shots, but both looked shit, I thought. I thought Ankalaev should have done more. The fact that Ankalaev couldn't take him down, I thought was a joke. You couldn't take down a guy that's been doing MMA way less longer than you, if that makes sense. Like okay, Ankalaev has been doing some form of grappling, whether it's sambo or jiu-jitsu, since he was like a baby, and Pereira hasn't been doing that for nearly as long. He's been doing MMA for 3 fucking years, bro. So he couldn't take down Alex Pereira and Pereira. He couldn't take down Pereira, and it's like, the fuck? Like, everyone was predicting, he was gonna ragdoll Pereira. He's gonna ragdoll Alex Pereira, dude. What did he do? Like, come on, bro. He didn't ragdoll him for shit. And then Pereira, I said he was gonna knock out Ankalaev. He also didn't knock him out. He also didn't piece him up on the feet like I thought he was. So both just didn't do what they were supposed to do, and it was almost like the inverse. Ankalaev was a bit better on the feet, even though I don't think he looked good on the feet either, but he was better on the feet than Pereira. And then Pereira didn't get taken down like everyone predicted. So it was honestly like it was a pretty weird fight, to be honest with you. And then obviously Pereira just lost. So Ankalaev is the new light heavyweight champion. I got this pick wrong, by the way. Obviously, I picked obviously I already said that, but yeah, I mean it's one of those picks where it's like if you get it wrong, haha, you're a dumbass. You're crying. You're a casual. How would you pick? Why would you pick Pereira? You casual. And then if it was and if Pereira were to win, it would be like the same thing. So it was one of those picks where it's like either way you pick, you're gonna get shitted on. If you picked Ankalaev, you're gonna get shitted on. If you pick Pereira, you're gonna get shitted on. It's just one of those. But I don't really know what else to say about this fight. It was boring. I guess enjoy Magomed Ankalaev versus Khalil Roundtree after he beats Jamal Hill. Enjoy Ankalaev versus fucking Yuri Prohaska where he smudges him against the cage. I'm already falling asleep thinking about it. Enjoy, like, come on. They'll probably do a rematch, which again I'll do a separate video on the fights to make after. But yeah, this was an embarrassment. That was the card overall. I thought overall the card was pretty sick. The fight of the night was probably Fiziev Gaethje. Obviously the KO of the night, the performance of the night, whatever you want to say, was Mauricio Ruffy. Van looked good. Everyone looked good. So yeah, pretty sick card overall. Make sure you guys like and sub. Fuck Ankalaev, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna retire now. Peace.